Will the Bengals take down the 49ers and keep pace in the AFC playoff race? Hi again, everyone. I'm James Rapien with allbengals.com and Cincinnati Bengals Talk here at Paul Brown Stadium, where Cincinnati hoping to rebound after last week's ugly loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. They enter today's game with a 7-5 record, and despite all of the injury concerns and questions throughout the week, they're relatively healthy going into today's matchup. Let's start with all of the good. Joe Burrow, full go, expected to be fine despite suffering that dislocated pinky last week. Practiced on Thursday, practiced on Friday, got to see him throw, and he looked good. And we posted some video of him not necessarily throwing, but video of him pitching with that hand, and it was no glove. So something to watch today. Will he play with a glove? Will that be taped up at all? When we were at practice looking at him, he didn't have anything on that pinky. So certainly something to watch, and the Bengals want to keep him clean every week. This week it's more important because I talked to a few different doctors, a few different people that have suffered a dislocated finger, dislocated pinky. And the problem is that it makes it much, much easier to redislocate and come out, and then you have to pop back in, you have the swelling, everything happens over again, and you want to avoid that. And so that's something to watch today, especially with a guy by the name of Nick Bosa on the other side. But we'll get to him in a second. But as far as the rest of the injuries go, the Bengals did not, I repeat, they did not activate Trae Waynes to the 53-man roster. And I know some were kind of bummed by that just because they want to see him play. He's missed 7 games with this hamstring injury. He's been on injured reserve since October 12th. But here's why it's good news. I think it just means that Chidobe Awuzie going to play today, which is huge because Deebo Samuel on the other side set to play today according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. So you need all the help you can get in the Bengals secondary to slow him down. He's been dynamic, has 10 touchdowns, 5 receiving, 5 rushing this year, 203 rushing yards, 1,006 receiving yards. So he's been their go-to weapon on offense on the 49ers side. He's been dealing with a groin injury, but as of now, he's set to play against the Bengals. Other injuries, Riley Reef back, Trey Hopkins back. So the Bengals got most of their guys back. The one that they won't have today, Logan Wilson, will not play. Neither will Marcus Bailey. Wilson's injury much more serious. There's a chance Bailey plays next week. As far as the linebacker position goes, Jermaine Pratt will wear the green dot. He's going to be making all the calls on defense, which is something he did last week after Wilson went out, and will have to do and adjust to, especially against this 49ers rushing attack that is extremely dynamic. There's a lot of jet motions. There's a lot of sweeps, a lot of different things like that. And, yeah, they're without Elijah Mitchell, but they have capable running backs, whether it's Jeff Wilson Jr., JaMychal Hasty. So they have options in that running back room, and they'll certainly use Samuel on the ground as well. Joe Bocci is going to get bocce ball, as Lou Anarumo calls him, is going to get his first start. Played last week, had 9 tackles, a second-year player out of Michigan State. So we'll watch him along with Jermaine Pratt play linebacker. And to me, you got to make things easy on Bocce, which starts in the trenches, which starts with the defensive line. And they've done a lot of that this year, but can you do it against a Trent Williams? And one of the things the Bengals haven't done much this year is move Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard around. Trey Hendrickson lines up on the left side, and Sam Hubbard lines up on the right side. Well, if Hendrickson does that today, he's going to be going up against Trent Williams, who's arguably the best left tackle in the game, the best run-blocking offensive lineman right now in the game, according to Pro Football Focus. So maybe you switch them. Put strength on strength. Hubbard, his strength is what? Stopping the run. Trey Hendrickson, his strength is what? Getting after the passer. He has a sack in 8 straight games. That's a Bengals record. He'll try to extend that today. I'm not saying switch them completely, but maybe on 3rd and longs, do that. And that's something Lou Anarumo said that they would at least consider today against the 49ers. A quick reminder before we continue here with our pregame conversation to make sure you go to mybookie.ag. Use that promo code BengalsTalk, whether you want to wager on today's game at 4:25 or before that 4:25 Eastern kick or any of the other Week 14 matchups. Use promo code BengalsTalk. You're going to get a 100% deposit match. It's free money. You might as well take advantage of it. Make sure you use Bengals Talk as the promo code on mybookie.ag. And look, health isn't an issue today, as much of an issue as we thought it could be. But it is in one key area for the 49ers. They're banged up at cornerback. They're going to be playing a young corner alongside Josh Norman Yes, that Josh Norman, the Josh Norman that has given up over a 100. It's 101.6, I believe, passer rating on this season. He's gotten shredded by opposing wide receivers. Has forced 6 fumbles, so that's something to watch. But a veteran on one side, inexperienced corner on the other due to injuries. This with Emmanuel Mosley out, this is a huge opportunity considering it's going to be sunny, like you see, about 50 degrees, football weather, but not too cold, where the Bengals trio, the three-headed monster, Jamar Chase on one side, T. Higgins on the other, Tyler Boyd in the slot. This is why the Bengals drafted Jamar Chase, for games like this, where opposing defenses are banged up in the secondary. Yeah, you got to worry about Nick Bosa, and I know Joe Mixon, outside of last week, has gotten going, and they've gotten the ground game going. By the way, Mixon set the play as well, despite being sick all week. Today is the day, in my opinion, where you got to take advantage of the monsters you have at wide receiver. Get the ball to Chase in space. Get him involved deep and really try to stress this 49ers secondary that is banged up, that has given up plenty of big plays. And if you do that, then on the flip side, you're going to make Jimmy Garoppolo throw, which is what you want to do. And he had a couple turnovers last week, certainly has plenty of turnover-worthy plays, and can certainly give the Bengals an opportunity to continue their multiple games with turnovers. They forced multiple turnovers in 3 straight. Will it be 4 straight? We will see today. Make sure you check out all of our videos if you haven't yet throughout the week. We've posted a bunch of stuff this week, from Jamar Chase to Joe Burrow to video from practice and so much more. Plus, for the latest throughout the game, I got you covered at allbengals.com. There's a ton up there for you right now. And then obviously we will be back right here post-game, win, lose, draw. So hit that subscribe button. For our editor and producer, Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now. Enjoy the game right here at Paul Brown Stadium.